In September 2025, we traveled to Roswell, New Mexico to attend the National Championship Air Races, recently relocated from Reno, Nevada. Close enough to Texas to make the trip and well worth it. What we witnessed wasn't an air show, it was true competition. Aircraft racing at speeds and altitudes that leave no room for error, with a ceiling of 250 feet and a hard deck of just 50. But beyond the racing, we found something unexpected. A community of pilots, crews, and teams, humble, welcoming, and tightly connected, who all share a common bond. They call it the September family. Thanks to how generous they were with their time, we were able to spend a couple of days with the Race 90 and Race 5 teams and learn more about T6 racing. In this video, we'll do our best to capture what it was like and hopefully inspire you to come out and see the air races for yourself. You won't be disappointed.
We're privileged to be here today with these gentlemen that are flying these T6 birds behind us here. And we'll let them introduce themselves, and we're going to learn a little bit about what they do.
I'm Greg McNeely. I'm racing this white one here. A Honda race airplane, Race 90.
I'm Gordo Sanders, and I have Big Red and Bama Bell back there, Race 18, Race 5. And my wife is the sponsor, Gun George. And she's not here, but I'm pretty sure I'll hear about it.
Very good. What can you guys tell us about the airplanes?
Well,
and the
these
histories
are,
of these planes?
these are old World War II trainers. We've modified them for racing. And we've been racing together for how long?
Well, I've been racing with your dad for 21 years.
21 years.
And I've been racing with you for 10.
10 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And we've always been within a half a mile an hour of each other, every time.
We always have a good time.
That sounds
It's very
like-
competitive.
That's amazing. So, and just for the viewers, these were built, what was the year of build of all these aircraft here?
This one was built in 45.
1945.
And my two was built in 43. They're only 2 months apart, and they were sent to Pensacola Navy Air Station in the middle of World War II.
And the original use of these planes was to train pilots that would go on to what? Cargo, fighter, and
Fighter.
Fighter on. Yeah,
Fighter.
That's what it means for AT6, advanced training. And they would go straight to Mustangs or wherever they were.
and the ones in red and blue went to Hellcats, of course, in the States, Navy and Marines.
Okay. So tell us about the thing they say these are pilot makers, because these are harder to fly than what they ended up putting them in. Is that true?
Yeah, in a good way. They're pretty difficult to land if you don't know how to do it.
Okay.
I will say that after I'd flown red about 10 years back and forth to Reno and race, a friend of mine came by and needed to borrow my Baron twin-engine airplane. His Mustang that he had wasn't IFR certified to fly in the weather. And he said, "Can I borrow your Baron?" I said, "Sure." I said, "What do you want to do with my Mustang?" Claude, remember Claude?
Yeah.
He said, "I don't, just do what you want, fly it." I said, "I've never sat in one." I sat in it for about 30 minutes. He checked me out and showed me how to start it. It's easier, a P-51 Mustang is easier to fly. It's a pussy.
No kidding.
That's it. That's it. It teaches you how to fly.
That's amazing. All right, so how about what you guys are going to do out here today in the next few days? And we're at the Roswell Air Races that have been relocated from Reno to this new venue. It's the first year here, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us about the racing today and who's going to win.
The racing today is going to be probably they're going to change the polling around and everything, but your two real races is going to be between red and race 90 and race 5. And the other races will be race 18 and race 19. You know, it's amazing numbers are like that. Greg and I and his dad have always been within less than a mile or two apart. And that's why that picture's hanging up there. We're just always this way. And we've tried changing this and changing that.
Never works.
Never works. It's always 0.5.
So the fact is you guys are just running partners.
Yeah,
We're running.
Yeah, we're trying to beat each other.
We'll play the first few days and then we'll go for it.
But today we'll take off around 3 o'clock. We'll all line up in the air and line abreast. Stacked up to the right.
Okay.
We'll have a pace airplane, kind of like a pace car. It'll bring us down on the track. He'll cut us loose and say you got a race, and we'll go right onto the race course. Or race.
How many laps?
5.
Day 5.
I think the goal was
Goal,
6.
yeah.
The extra 5s.
Okay, that's outstanding.
It's fun.
Thank you for interviewing.
Anything else you guys would like to share?
I'll just come out to Reno.
Come on out and see these. Yeah,
Well,
About to run.
I would like to say something in the end.
go ahead.
Grant, we lost his dad just, a month ago?
2
2 months ago?
Yeah, sorry.
And he was one of the few people I really totally admired. This was hard coming out here without him. Because we would always meet up at Oklahoma. Then we'd fly on into Reno.
Fly together.
We would always pit just like this. It was a little different now, but we would be by each other. And his mom would be the hospitality lady and have that tent full of food and this and that. They're not here this year. It really hurts. It really does. I miss it. You're privileged to have a dad like that.
Well, thank you very much.
We'll be happy to dedicate that to your mom. That's yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much for your time.
Appreciate it.
And just we're just coming here our first time, and for you guys to take your time out like that for us, we really appreciate that.
All right.
Have a good time.
Thanks, gentlemen.
We got to get to work.
Oh yes, of
Take
course.
care.
Take care.
Right.
Before long, the T6 class was called for the next heat. The planes were towed out to the line. The pilots climbed in, and one by one the engines were started with their crews standing by. They taxied out in a line past the grandstands and were introduced, several of the pilots waving as they rolled by. They all took off one by one, and then, just as Greg had told us, they flew a wide circle around the venue to get lined up in a row. We have some great footage from onboard Race 90 plane, courtesy of Greg, that really helps you see his perspective. You can see the moment they're all lined up, and then the smoke comes on from the pace plane, signaling the start is imminent. If the planes are properly aligned, they call it a race. The pace plane pulls up, and the racers drop down inside that 250-foot ceiling. They come charging down the Valley of Speed, the straightaway in front of the stands. It's quite exciting. At the end of the Valley of Speed, they make a left turn just outside the first pylon. There's a hangar down there, about 75 feet tall, and because the race deck is just 50 feet, there are moments when planes disappear behind it. It really drives home how low they are. With the flatter layout of the Roswell venue, you can always see the planes, even out on the backstretch of the course. As they bank through those left turns, you're looking right down onto the tops of the aircraft, so they really stand out. As they come around the final pylon, we've got another onboard shot from Race 90, bringing you back in front of the stands once again. A few more trips around, and they complete 5 laps around this course. In the T6 class, the aircraft are required to remain essentially stock, so there's little in the way of performance upgrades or modifications permitted. That keeps the field fairly even, making it all about pilot skill and tactics. The outcome of these races is squarely in the hands of the pilots. Their decisions, timing, positioning, and at times a bit of luck can make all the difference in how a race unfolds. When the race is over, the planes pull up and begin to spread out. They throttle back to allow the aircraft to cool, making another wide circuit around the venue before coming in to land. Once on the ground again, they taxi back to the pits together, lining up much the same way they started, and shut down. From there, they're towed back into the pits where the crews handle any adjustments or maintenance needed before the next race. I would be remiss not to mention the several flying demonstrations by World War II era aircraft, along with some modern ones as well. Numerous aircraft were also available as static displays throughout the venue. It was very interesting for me to see, even though they had work to do on the aircraft, Greg took his time signing autographs for all the kids who came up to him. And similarly, Gordo spent his time speaking with folks and doing things like helping a nice young lady up onto Big Red's wing so she could get her picture taken. A day or two later, a large rainstorm partially flooded some areas of the venue. Here came Greg in his golf cart to rescue some elderly folks who were essentially stranded on the other side of a flooded section.
Oh my goodness.
There was a missing man formation flight display, a tribute to Gene McNeely and a couple other members of the September family, with one aircraft breaking off and flying west alone. We were extremely appreciative of how welcoming and outgoing everyone was. It was an exciting week with the September family.